What's going on, guys? I'm Jada Black. Salute to everyone tuning in. This is an update of something that I knew I was right about. I posted a video originally about Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan, dating Larsa Pippen. And I saw after the reports dropped, when you saw them at the restaurant together, articles started coming up about how Marcus Jordan was engaged to another woman. Y'all remember that poor woman that Marcus, I believe, was in a relationship with, but he's not in a relationship with her anymore. And I think it's pretty much been confirmed. I knew this, when these pictures started circulating with him and this woman, they tried to claim, oh, that's his fiance. He's engaged to be married. When in actuality, that was just a ruse to get people off of the trail, so to speak. But it has been confirmed that they were somewhere, I believe in public, being, kissing and being very intimate towards each other, not having relations, but just being very affectionate towards each other. And they tried to really pull the wool of people. I knew that when they started to see that backlash, that's when you saw them try to cover this up with this suddenly having a fiance, right? When in reality, he has been, smashing them cheeks of Larsa Pippen for weeks, okay? He's been smashing for weeks. And according to reports, they're getting closer and closer together, which means I was right when I first put up my video. I'll link it in the description box. Listen, I don't care what adults do, but the reasoning behind why they're trying to keep this quiet is because Scottie doesn't like Michael Jordan. I don't think Michael Jordan ever had an issue with Scottie to the extent that Scottie has an issue with Michael Jordan. And you got to ask yourself the question, okay, well, why would Larsa then be dating Marcus Jordan? Now, Marcus Jordan, if you look at it, he is the heir to the Air Jordan brand, right? And maybe that is something that she looks to as, a young Jordan who is a businessman who she can help mold and into something that she wants, right? Because she likes dating younger guys, right? It's about a control thing. It's about being able to assert your, seniority in a relationship. But why Marcus Jordan? Out of all the men that you could have gotten, when you get with Marcus Jordan, and it's been confirmed because she's been seen kissing and being very affectionate towards him. I do believe it was to get back at Scottie. I do believe that, because they didn't have to go out on a double date in public, knowing that somebody was going to see that and it would get out in the media. Larsa's not dumb. This is her brand. Her brand is to go after younger men who are going to get her attention. She couldn't get an NBA player, as I said. So the next best thing in her mind was to go and get the GOAT's, Michael Jordan's son. And you got to ask yourself too, she knew him ever since he was younger. Was it a situation where, you have women, they see young men, they think that they're handsome or whatnot, and then just say years later, once he becomes a full adult man, she is fully attracted to them then, right? Because when he's a kid, she can't cross that line. But when he's an adult and she sees that he's grown up and you see that he's trying to make his own way in the world, was that what intrigued her to get with Marcus Jordan? Because again, there's other men she could have gotten with, I'm sure. Why Marcus Jordan? What about Marcus Jordan, out of all the men she could have gotten with, made her get with him? It's because she's known Marcus Jordan. And again, that's uncomfortable for people to hear, but she's known him since he was a kid. She's known him since he was a kid. And now she's dating him. There are people who are going to see that as weird. Like, how long ago have you known him, Marcus Jordan? And that's that rabbit hole, man. That's a very deep rabbit hole to go down. And the fact that it's being confirmed that they're hugging and kissing on a date in New York, because I believe last time when they were together, I believe that might have been in Miami. There's a lot of questions there. How long have you actually been dealing with Marcus? Because again, there are men that we see women deal with, and there are men that we don't see women deal with. There's always men in the background who these women are actually sleeping with and are dealing with, or, there are men that they're talking to that they are putting on hold. Once they go in this lane, there's nothing there, and they come back to you. That could have been Marcus Jordan. I could see if she's never known Marcus Jordan, but she's known his family since for a very long time. And she knows Scotty doesn't like Michael. And you start dating Michael's eldest son. Y'all can't tell me she didn't do that she didn't do that on purpose. Nothing Larsa does is low key. Her brand now is to get attention for the men that she's dating. There's nothing low key about Larsa Pippen. Not one thing. Not one thing is low key about Larsa Pippen. This is her brand. This is what she does. Let's get into this article from Fadeaway World. It says Marcus Jordan and Larsa Pippen caught hugging and kissing on a date in New York after lying and saying that y'all weren't together. I told these people are liars. Well, not necessarily them, the people around them. So they try to say, well, sources around this. Marcus Jordan says that he has a fiance. Lies. Marcus Jordan and Larsa Pippen made headlines in recent weeks after reports suggest that they were dating. At the start of September, they were spotted on a date, sending everybody into a frenzy, knowing how tense the situation is between Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, which is why I don't understand you would want to date Marcus Jordan. They were spotted together at a restaurant on a double date, which led everybody to think they were a thing. It didn't take long before a new report came out claiming the opposite. Again, lies being put in the media, saying that Marcus and Larsa were only hanging out as friends. Nothing more. According to these reports, they had friends in common and were hanging out with them. As we previously reported, Larsa and Michael Jordan's second eldest son were spotted dining together at Zuma in Miami on Sunday, with witnesses telling us it looked like a double date with another couple. Despite what some folks assumed by the public outing, we're told Larsa and Marcus were really just homies and art and idol. When I saw that they said that they were just homies, I knew that was BS. I knew it was BS. I know it was BS. Homies? This woman is 40-something years old talking about that's her homie. Marcus Jordan, okay, right through that. Well, they have made sure to dismantle all of that. After being spotted together again, Marcus and Larsa were seen in New York, where they looked very cozy with each other, hugging and kissing. According to Maria Swak of the U.S. Weekly, they are dating and want to keep things low-key given the tense situation between former teammates Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. So what I want to know is this. If Larsa really wants to keep things low-key, why are you in public once again kissing and hugging? If you want to keep things low-key, if you're getting together to hang out, you won't hug and kiss this guy in public. It's clear to me that Larsa is the one leaving the breadcrumbs. This is a woman that's almost 50, okay? Almost 50, and she's playing these games. We wouldn't know anything about this if she's not with this guy in public. They got away with it the first time. People sort of forgot about it and said, well, maybe they were just cool. But then now you're in public again and you're hugging and kissing each other. And you don't want people to think that you're dating him? Sure. Marcus and Larsa are dating and have been spending more time together in recent weeks. A source exclusively told us weekly of the Real Housewives of Miami personality. Yeah, because she's the source. Who's 48, Michael Jordan's son, who's 31. They are trying to keep it on the down low because of the rift between Scottie and Michael Jordan. Things look very romantic for these two, even though they haven't come clean about their relationship. Still, with their shows of affection, it didn't take long for people to realize they were more than just friends. Of course, Larsa and Marcus have yet to publicly address their romance. Looked very cuddled up at an intimate dinner at Ketch Steak in New York City on Thursday, September 22nd. They are definitely an item. As the night progressed, it was obvious to everyone in the restaurant that she was really into him. An eyewitness exclusively told us on Friday, September 23rd, she was hugging and kissing him, and she was practically sitting on his lap by the end of the dinner. It became a bit of a spectacle to onlookers as it was quite distracting. Marcus Jordan needs to get away from this woman as quickly as possible. This woman is doing nothing but using him to get back at Scottie. There's nothing low-key about that. There's absolutely nothing low-key about what she is doing. You're sitting on his lap, and according to these reports, it became a spectacle. It became a spectacle. And I would hope that Marcus doesn't get swept up into that. If Marcus had control of this relationship with Larsa Pippen, he would tell her, listen, we definitely going to keep this low key. And there's just certain things that we just not going to do, to call attention to ourselves. But of course, he's not going to do that because he's dealing with a 48-year-old attention seeker who's not going to listen to him. And again, I just hope Marcus understands what he's gotten himself into. This could be fine to some extent if Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan were on good terms. It could be awkward, no doubt, but not as complicated as it actually is. Pippen and Jordan saw their relationship destroyed after The Last Dance premiered in 2020, which left Scottie fuming with the way the award-winning docuseries portrayed him and how different it was from Michael. In his book, the point forward lashed out against MJ over these decisions, marking the beginning of the end of their friendship. My years in Chicago, beginning as a rookie in the fall of 1987, were the most rewarding of my career. 12 men coming together as one, fulfilling the dreams we had as kids in playgrounds across the land when all we needed was a ball, a basket, and our imagination. To be a member of the Bulls during the 1990s was to be a part of something magical for our times and for all time. Except Michael was determined to prove to the current generation of fans that he was larger than life during his time and still larger than LeBron James, the player many consider his equal, if not superior. So Michael presented his story, not the story of The Last Dance, as our coach Phil Jackson billed in the 97-98 season. Once it became obvious the two Jerrys, owner Jerry Reinsdorf and general manager Jerry Krause, were intent on breaking up the gang no matter what happened. After the moment, Pippen made sure to take shots at Jordan whenever he can, raising a lot of eyebrows around the NBA community with his comments. This Marcus and Larsa thing could add more fuel to the fire and make things even harder for Scottie and Michael. This complex situation, but the 48-year-old woman and 31-year-old man seem to be having fun. At the end of the day, the only thing they should care about. Well, once again, what is the intent for Larsa to be doing this? Her intent is to get back at Scottie, because this relationship could be very low-key, but it seems to me that she's testing the waters. It seems to me that she is looking to get back at him. I don't care what anybody says. That's how it looks, because there are people who dated each other for months and we didn't even know about it. We didn't even know about it. But we got a source telling us weekly they're doing this, they're doing that. They're at a restaurant and she's sitting on his lap. There's nothing low key about Larsa Pippen. Absolutely nothing. Larsa Pippen, she's in her thought phase, man. All these men that she could be with, and she chose to be with Michael Jordan's son. So to be with his son. What does that tell you about how she feels about herself. How does that tell you about her self-esteem and where it is? You know, she knows she's getting up there in age and she wants to, you know, be in these streets and live her best life, which is fine. But, you know, people are going to ridicule the fact that you're with Michael Jordan's son, even though your ex, who you just made look like a complete idiot, doesn't even like. So let me know in the comment section, let me know your thoughts, like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll see y'all next one.